we're gonna dive right in. We today are gonna talk about this beautiful texture. So this is my model, Christy, and Christy, as you can see, she has a lot of long textured hair. She has multiple textures in her hair, but we have gone in, and as you can see, she has already been like prep styled. We've done a couple of different things with her hair. We did definitely go in and diffuse, but we also went in and did just a little bit of detail work with my iron over here, just like a little pencil iron. Just to give her some definition here at the top of the body of her hair, so we have just a little bit more design. And because she does have multiple textures, she, we want to make sure that we're telling a consistent story in the hair. So that's another reason, even though I like to try not to go in with a bunch of hot tools, we do want a consistent story. So we're going to jump in. So today we are going to do probably more like a mid to high bun for her. So kind of in this type of framing here. I'm going to have you turn Christy for me. We're going to try to like maintain the design and the line with her jawline up to the height and peak of her bun, down to her fringe. And I want to show you a really cool way how to extend your style with the fringe section of your hair. So I'm very excited about that. I also want to share with you our new, Lanza just launched our new Butter Whip styling foam. Guys, if you've not tried this before, here, I want to show you what this looks like. Now, we have already pre-styled her with this foam. We're going to give this a few seconds as I'm talking, but Butter Whip styling foam, it's plant-based. There's 3 different types of plant butters, and really what this is doing is giving you a ton of defined definition. It's super soft, super shiny, okay, really, really bouncy. But as you can see with this foam, I mean, guys, this is like truly like a lotion foam. What's really cool about Butter Whip styling foam, I'm going to get rid of this really quick. Butter Whip styling foam is actually really, really, really lightweight. So it is perfect for not just your textured hair girls, but lots of different texture. The other cool thing too about some of our other products over here with Lanza is we have our Curl Whirl Cream. So just like a medium styling prep right here, our Curl Whirl Cream and our Boost Curl Spray. So this is a non-aerosol liquid spray. Just a couple of years ago when I started to really get into my bridal, I discovered using liquid and like creams for my bridal styling. And just, years ago, I would have never considered doing that with bridal styles. But here's the thing about curly hair that you probably already know. What does curly hair always want? It wants moisture. So the trick with working with upstyles and curly textures is that you want to be sure that you're locking in and compacting and capping off that moisture before you go in with textured products that have aerosol that do, and these are designed to give a little dry airiness by nature. That is how they're formulated. So we want to make sure we're not putting that on the hair first prior to making sure that there's plenty of moisture in the hair. So I'm going to turn Christy this way. We are just going to kind of break her base a little bit. She's plenty curly, she's all dry, and what we're doing is we are kind of diffusing really her base to give her some lived-in volume. Here's the other thing I want to talk about too, guys. When we talk about texture and curly hair for upstyling specifically, we are going to have some intentional volume, and also known as frizz. What ends up happening is we build the foundation that is backcombed, some of it, and either kind of diffused like this, and then we create that kind of silhouette and landscaping over the top of that is really defined, super crisp hair. So again, if you are just hopping on, my name is Megan. We are going through a textured style today on Hairbrained with Lanza, and we are using some of my favorite Lanza products. So let's jump right in. The first thing I'm going to do, after I diffuse like her base, we're gonna come in and kind of just select where we want her face framing pieces. Now, Christy in particular has a lot of curly hair. So this is an opportunity to show you guys to really pull out a significant amount of face framing to not only define certain parts of her facial features like her cheekbone here, but what this affords us to do is pull out more framing. I can even take what I like to call leafing and do that at the very, very end. So make sure you stick around for that cool tip. So we're gonna pull this all out here. And you'll see and notice, let me turn to the side, Christy. You'll see and notice, I'll come back over to this side. This is not a straight line. And the reason that we do that is we want this to be nice and soft from transition to transition. So I'm gonna have her tilt her head back just a little bit because I'm a shorty. We're gonna go in and rule number one, just kind of a rule of thumb, working with any texture and any style. When you're working at the front of the head, you wanna start just like you do with coloring, like lived in blonde. You wanna start with smaller sections in the front because that's where all your detail work is. Now, because she has this beautiful texture, we don't need a ton of airiness in her hair, but I am gonna go in with my dry texture spray. And guys, I'm gonna hold this back just a little. We wanna let these products work. You're gonna see me, I'm gonna turn you a little bit more. I'm going in about 1 to 1.5 inches up the hair shaft, and I'm really compacting the root. The reason for this is we are not only creating a foundation that's lasting, and you can kind of see that pack up there, but as the hair falls, it creates a natural lift as well. She needs just a little bit more fixation in her hair. You'll also notice that as I go through this section, I am not pushing the teeth of my comb all the way through this section. And we don't need to be super concerned with a lot of this unintentional volume back here, also known as frizz, because we have that all underneath the surface. Going with just a little brush through hairspray. So there it is, a very nice lift. Okay, we're gonna go into another section here. Do we have any questions so far? No questions? All right. One, two, three, and push and compact. I'm gonna brush that down. 1, 2, 3, push and compact. Anytime you get the hair bouncing back up on you guys, it means that you don't have enough fixation in the hair. And this is gonna look a little bit different from texture to texture. The tighter the texture, the less back combing that's going to be required. So I'm probably only gonna take her about this far back. We've got a nice view right now of Christy. When we do her mid to high bun, I want a little bit of volume peeking up over the body of her hair right here. So we're probably very, very close to being finished with back combing here. For safe measure, I'm gonna do one more little section here. One of the keys that I would love for you guys to take away from today is just the concept of really allowing your product to work, to do its job, and to really customize your styles by building texture with different product. Using it at the right time, building it correctly will all impact just how clean and finished your look is. Okay. So that's section number 1 here. So she's got, you can see there's a lot of cool bounce and movement here, but we've got to control some of this. So I'm gonna go in with my curl whirl. We're gonna go in with about, a dime size amount, okay? Really, really light, working really, really light with our product in our hands. We're gonna come in at the base. Okay. Control that texture. Just like this. I'm going to be taking my bobby pin. So pointer on the bobby pins, guys, we want to go in the direction that the hair is flowing. There's a reason for that. The reason we want to do that is we want this to be workable without creating a ton of frizz later. And by pinning in the same direction that your hair is flowing, it will not put as much tension on your up style and you won't be working backwards. Cool, we're getting some good design here. I like to work section by section and really kind of polishing it off before I move on. So the last spray that I'm using here before my aerosol, like brush through and finishing, is the Curl Boost. Curl Boost is a really good, and all of these products, guys, all of our Healing Curl line has anti-humidity properties and also heat protection. So Curl Boost is a nice liquid spray that has just enough tack to give you just what you're looking for, keep the hair in place until you're actually ready to, you know, tack that sucker down. All right.
Lonza said, "Hey, Meg.
Hey, hey.
Can't wait to see what you create."
Lonza in the house.
Yes.
So again, 1, 2, 3, and push. 1, 2, 3, and push. Really, really compact. 1, 2, 3, and push. You can feel that, can't you, Christy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as you continue to build, your guest will really be able to tell that you're creating really solid foundation. Like really, really solid foundation that's lasting. Okay. Just kind of thinking ahead, I am probably going to be sectioning her here, guys, from her ear forward. We're going to leave this out. Just kind of thinking ahead with the bun. I'm going to let you guys decide here for me, kind of an impromptu. Do you guys want to see something that's a little more twisted, or do you want to see something that's more like a true bun in nature? I'll let you think that over, and I'll let my hair friend Lauren, who's behind the camera, tell me what you guys prefer. We can do either or. Push. Push. Okay, we're going to brush all that down. Beautiful. We got a really nice compact section there. A few really light sprays with brush shoe hairspray. We're going to let that work and settle, okay? I'm going to come back in with Curl Whirl, defining each section. So with textured hair, you know, the more moisture you just add to your styling, the cleaner the texture you're gonna get. Because that's always the trick with texturized hairstyles and natural wave. Okay. Just gonna follow the shape of the head here. When you back comb like this and you create really good foundation, you can apply bobby pins really easy in this way. 1 or 2 bobby pins will actually hold beautifully for you because you have just the foundation that you need to keep it lasting here. Now you can go in with a fork comb that looks like this, okay? You can go in with a fork comb and create details as well, but when you have your nails done, you should be able to write that off on your taxes as a tool. So I go in sometimes with my nails and create definition that way as well. All right, we are moving on. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn you all the way this way, Christy, just like that, babe. In fact, I'm gonna spin you this direction. Keep on turning, keep on turning. We can't decide which direction we're gonna go there. There we go. And I'm gonna have you hold a few of these for me, would you? Yeah. Thank you. And also that bad boy as well. Okay. Guys, again, if you were just now joining, we are working our way through a textured high bun. Starting with this mohawk section. Now, you'll notice that I didn't use the texturizing spray. I want you to see something. This is an opportunity to learn. So her hair does have a really good texture anyway, so it is compacting, but it does want to keep bouncing up. So I'm gonna steal that spray from you. There we go. I'm gonna really compact that down. And now the hair is really wanting to stay where it belongs. Okay. The nice thing about texture, guys, is that when you're working with textured hair, if you have prepped this correctly, you can really fly through some textured styles, which is nice because sometimes when we're styling so many in a bridal party, we tend to like kind of rush through our curly haired girls, which is unfortunate because we pull out all the stops on the people with, you know, straighter wave patterns simply because, you know, we're just a little bit less intimidated by the texture itself. So it's great anytime that you can create more of an experience for your curly haired clients and make them feel like a part of the, you know, experience, the better. All right. I'm gonna have you drop that there. And hold on to this guy here for me. All right. We're gonna come through. And may I steal some of that curl whirl from you? And warm. Very good. So another rule of thumb, while we're still working through the top section of the hair, this is the perfect time to bring this up. When we create volume in a style, if we really want to concern ourselves with, and we all do, we want our styles to look very modern and very classic, very timeless and chic. You want your volume to live down the center of your style. And what do I mean by that? So let me get her detailed out right quick. Beautiful. I'm going to spin you around now. Keep on coming. There we go. We want volume to live right down the center of the mohawk, not only in the front, but also in the back. When we come up, we want all that texture and volume to come straight back at us, because if we start pulling volume from the side, we can actually kind of date our clients and make them look a little bit more matronly. So it's a way to keep your styles nice and classic. So let's get in here. So see how easy that is to just kind of lift that out without disrupting everything that we've created over the top of it. Let's get in here.
Brittany Alonza, hey girl, hey, she said.
Hey Brittany. Beautiful. All right. Now we're getting pretty close to, I'm going to use an aerosol just on the top here. All right. Very nice. So we're going to section out just like I did on the other side. So I'm going to section out her ear just like that. We're going to leave her sides out. We're going to start working our hair up towards this bun that we're trying to create. So in order to do that, take that from you. We're just going to get some things out of the way. Something that you can do that's really, really gentle, it keeps you from getting creases in the hair, is you can go in with a hairpin and just keep that hair out of the way for the time being. There it is. Okay. So because she's got just tons of hair, probably going to take one side back first. And again, cleanliness, we're always thinking about cleanliness. So I'm going to come in with our curl whirl. Again, just to size them out. Put that in. Now what I'm going to do is just pin one side up. Did we get any preferences on how, do we want a bun or do we want a twist? Anybody out there? If not, I think what we're gonna do is a bit of a twisted bun as well. So normally I try to keep my bobby pins closed, but as you can see, I'm opening them to really get me some grip right here. This we know is probably going to stay very much in its spot.
Callie, she wants to see a French twist.
Oh, girl. Okay, we'll do a French twist. Very good. We're down here for security. I'm going to have you tilt your head back now for me. Tilting, having her tilt her head back will help when she lifts her head back up. It'll be much more tight right here. All right, let's do just a touch bit of texture. We want, again, everything to tell the same story. So we're gonna come through, find our little sections. A lot of this is actually probably gonna be covered with, since we're gonna do a French, kind of a twist here. Let's do this. I'm gonna do a little spray, liquid spray, with our curl boost. Okay, very, very light with the curl boost. You can't use too much of this product. So because we're gonna do a little French twist, I'm gonna have Misty turn here. We're gonna do, just right there, babe, you're good. Turn a little bit more that way, there you go. We're gonna break this into two sections. I wanna do a little bit of back combing because this, believe it or not, actually needs a little bit of foundation. If not, this will droop and sag throughout the evening. I'm gonna go in with a little dry texture on the back end of both sides. Coming in here. Just a little bit of back combing. We don't need a ton. We just need a little bit of a foundation because we are going to put a few bobby pins in here to give a little extra support. All right. A little bit more fixation with brush through. Say that 16 times fast. Again, we're going in with our curl whirl. Very good. Okay. Gotta really clean this up here. Now we're gonna kind of connect because she does have a little bit of back combing right here. We can actually bring this back and work with bobby pins. Again, not opening the bobby pin, pushing that right into that back combing. Creates just a little bit of definition there and completely hides the bobby pin. Very good. Okay, so she is put up pretty much on one side. We're going to really bring this up and over. She has so much hair, so we are going to have to kind of just decide where we want to put everything. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna spin you this way. I'm gonna keep that separated for now, and we're gonna work this all up and over. So, I'm gonna turn her back this way here, so you can kind of see from behind. Lots and lots of hair. We're gonna split this up. Put that back where I had it.
Shannon Laura said, "Yay, Megan Graham here to support and clap for you."
Yay, thank you. Okay. Okay. We'll just kind of let the hair tell us what it wants to do here. Now, for this much hair, we're gonna establish our twist first. We're not too committed to where everything is at the moment. We're not gonna get nervous about things not looking exactly finished. We're just gonna get in here and really give ourselves a nice foundation. I'm gonna kind of turn that bobby pin and go the opposite direction for extra tension. Finding the scalp is definitely key. Christy, you let us know if anything's uncomfortable. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Okay. Love it. And we've got all this awesome extra hair to do whatever in the heck we want to do with this cool twist. Just a few more sections here. There it is. Okay. So again, back with the hairpin. Keep that up and out of the way. And we'll go through. I'm going to have you look down for me just a little. We're going to go through and create just a little texture out here. Nothing much, because we're actually going to bring that whole side piece is actually going to be that detailed piece. So if we've got anything wonky going on right out here, that's going to give us a little bit different detail. Very good. All right. So what are we going to do with all of this hair right here? So what I would say, guys, when you're working with this much hair, it's really, really good to consider, you know, just break this up into a couple of pieces. There's my hairpin.
So Shannon has a question for you. She
Please.
said she's late, so if you already went over this, I apologize, but we all have our preferences. Do you prefer guests to arrive freshly shampooed and dried and styling products, or arrive with 2-day hair?
You know, I feel it depends on the texture of the guest. And that's something that I try to communicate with my brides when they first, you know, come and do a consultation with me. I ask them about guests in the bridal party. If it's the bride herself, you know, obviously we're already having that discussion. But I have an opportunity to see them in person, the bride anyway, and I get to ask them those questions. So, and I get to run my fingers, you know, through their hair and determine exactly what their texture is going to need. Some people, they really do truly need freshly washed hair. Other textures, you know, you can have, you know, a few days on, you know, under your belt. So the true answer is just, it depends on the texture, truly. For me, I tend to have girls come in that have like maybe a day or two old hair. We are gonna let this be really organic. I love textured hair in this way because I can create some beautiful design and just let the hair tell me what it wants to do. And she has so much of it that we can really come in and create. I think with this twist, I want a few pieces out. I love these little detail pieces right here. Let me tuck those in. Beautiful. Okay. Hopefully that helped answer your question. See what we've got going on so far. See right there for me. Beautiful. I'm loving the height on you. Loving the height. She's getting just a little bit too much volume right here, so we're gonna go in. It's another reason you want a back comb right there. And now we've got a little divot, but she still has volume, but there's a really nice texture that's being created there now. This is kind of sagging on us just a little. Beautiful. Look at that. That is turning out really pretty. Okay, very last section, guys, and then we're gonna go to the front and we're gonna finish this off. So beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna hand you some products again, Kirsty. There's that for you. I'm gonna spin you all the way around. Just like that. Just as we did before. Splitting that into 2 sections. We don't need a ton of back combing here. We don't need a ton of padding. We just need a little something. I love that piece. I'm gonna leave that right there. Okay. I'm gonna switch you actually. Go on with just a little bit of curl roll here. Be mindful of the pieces you still want out. We're going to clean this up. Really moisturize our ends here, because that is the part that develops that unwanted volume. And we're just going to kind of bring this over. We're going to connect the dots here with some bobby pins. I'm going to turn her around, guys, just in a second so you can see. Okay, just move that way. I'll cross you over. So see where we've connected here. We're going to kind of. Now what we can do is we can either tuck, you know, most of this away. For me though, I really like some of the natural curl in this particular. I love that piece right there. Let's do this. I'll leave some of those pieces. Steal your bobby pin. Guys, if you are just now joining, thank you for being here. We are finishing up this textured style. We have used multiple Lanza products this afternoon. But we've used their new Butter Whip Styling Foam, our Curl Whirl Define Gel and Cream, and then our Curl Boost as well. All of these have anti-humidity properties, lots and lots of moisture, and extremely lightweight. I'm gonna have you tilt down for me just a bit. So these were the pieces that we were really kind of interested in keeping. Because of that, I'm gonna take a hairpin, find a little place to hook them into for just a second, and we're gonna work this inside and clean this up. Now there's a couple of things. Because she is textured, this typically is a little bit easier to hide and make this go a little bit deeper into the style. You can also use hair ties to do this, but she's got just really, really good texture that holds on really well. So I'm just gonna find a way to hide this guy. There it is. Beautiful. I love it. What do you guys think? It's so elegant and so simple looking. Very, very timeless. We're going to go in with our Curl Boost spray. Kind of separate those a little.
Beth Mathias, pretty. Shannon loves it. Brittany, Lanza, Drama, love it.
Nice. All right, let's do you a spin real quick. Oh yes, she's plenty balanced too. I think we might need just a touch of texture.
Gorgeous.
Nice. I know, Christy is just. She could wear a little paper bag on her head and she'd be. Aw. So pretty. Got a little bit of. I want to show you guys this. You see how she's a little disconnected here? Okay. Use my bobby pin just a little. Okay. Go in, find where we want that here. Wherever your finger is, your bobby pin goes. We're going to keep closing that gap because that is a little on the wild side. I'm going to go right here. Right in that section there. Find that bobby pin.
Gorgeous, Kelly said.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love. Okay. This is looking great, guys. Because we are pretty much close to finish here, I am going to use some aerosol for a lasting finish here. This is our lustrous finishing spray. Now we're going to work towards the front. I want to show you how to, let me steal that from you. I want to show you how to extend this style. So right now, if you take a good look at Christy, her style is from here to here. I want to show you a technique. Just like this. I want to show you a technique that will help extend your style in terms of design here. Kind of elongate. This technique is going to keep the hair off the face, so the hair won't be like having to fight the heat of the face either. it'll give you a better shape, better finish. I'm going to touch just a few of these pieces with the wand, very tight. There we go. Stretch that to elongate. Now we already curled the other side in our prep, but I wanted you to see what it looks like to make a wand curl look a little bit more natural. You let it cool at first. If you really want this to look a bit more natural, stretch that out as it cools. Two more sections here. Are there any questions? Any questions about prep that I can answer? I feel like we can talk about prep just a little bit. You know, I know we're working a little bit backwards, but you know, when we did prep, you know, with textured curly hair, you do want to start with moisture. So we went in and sprayed her down and made her damp, like drippy damp, and went in with our butter whip styling foam, and just a little bit, I cocktailed it with the neem plant silk serum. And the reason that I did that, guys, in particularly because I knew we were doing a bridal style, and bridal styles, the hair has to be malleable. We have to be able to kind of adapt and build product. So you don't want to go in with too much product at first. So you end up with something either looking cakey, looking greasy, looking wet, or in a lot of curly girls' worlds, something that looks crunchy. It's never good. Now I'm using dry texture spray, and because she has really, really good texture, this technique that I'm using with dry texture spray works. You know, with other hair types, you may have to go in either with a powder that compacts at the scalp. You may have to go in with, the Lanza has air paste, and do a combination of air paste and dry texture spray. Gives you a very similar impact as well, but you might need just a little bit more grip. Oh, look at those brows. Oh my god, I didn't even see your brows the whole time. You've been holding out on me. They look great.
Thank you.
So see how she's like, now, like, look how like elevated that is. I know it looks a little like crazy at the moment, but we want lift first, and then I'm gonna go in and define. So you'll notice that I'm spraying both front and back, starting with a brush through. And then I'm gonna go in with my fork comb. Just a little. This is gonna look a little bit different on a hair texture that is a straighter pattern. We want to embrace a little bit of separation here. And once I have kind of finalized exactly where I want most things, now we're going to go in. I promised you I was going to show you leafing, so let's jump right into it. Use a little bit of curl whirl, and I mean a very little bit. We're going to come into like this little pocket where she wants to divide a little, and we're going to use this. So just kind of connect the dots and like see how, now we have this kind of busy area right here. We can kind of go in, and a nice easy way to tack that is go in here. I'm going to have you turn your head, babe, just a little. Find that pocket and let that dive in. And we're going to let that kind of do whatever it wants to. we may take 1 or 2 pieces that do this. Now, when you do leafing like this, when you take these little pieces and you create this type of detail, these pieces have to be really lightweight. Otherwise, you start looking like things get just a little bit on the stringy side. But this is a really good way to polish off your style and just really take it to the next level. Bless you.
Excuse me.
You're okay. Almost sneeze your hairpin out of your hair. We're not going to worry about that right now. We are going to, when we're all finished here, we are going to take a little bit of time and do some before and afters. We're going to do some videos, maybe do a little bit more demonstration on polishing off our style. I am going to load that on my social media handles, and I'll let you guys take a look at that before we're all finished today as well. But see how it just creates extra softness right here and a little extra definition. Let's finish her up on this side real quick. Just like that. So there's just something kind of sexy about textured hair. I love letting hair kind of be in the face a little bit. I know most people are kind of like trying to get it out of their face, but there's something just super pretty about just like kind of tossed. So we're going to go in with aerosol first. And then I'm going to go in with my curl roll again. And we're going to tap the ends of her hair, give them plenty of moisture. I want you to see the difference here of what it looks like just to take a little bit of extra time to put moisture back into the ends using the right product. Helps you create more definition in the hair. Just like this here. So beautiful. Do the same thing here. And we will finish up the other side, guys, kind of off camera. But that is pretty much it. I have enjoyed my time with you so much. I really, really appreciate you taking the time and being with me today. You know, taking the time to better yourself with continued education. And thank you so much, Lanza, my Lanza family, for making this possible to connect with you today. And thank you, Hairbrain, so much.